Do you know that what you have is a gift and it's something that someone else is seeking? And the fact that you have your hands, the fact that you can think, the fact that you can see, that's someone else's prayer point. Even if you find yourself in the north, start from there. You find yourself in the east, start from there. Just like God has given you a talent and you're going to dig it so that it won't yield anything. God is our source. God is our creator. And He knows our strength, He knows our weaknesses, He knows our capabilities, He knows the things that we don't even know about ourselves. Even if God has given you just £1, double it. Hello, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Oluchi and welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. In this video, I'm going to talk about faithful in little. This topic came when I went for morning mass and the gospel was about the master that shared the talents among his servants, and the one that was given the least did not do anything with it, and so the master took what he had and gave to the one that had more. And then he said, to whom less is given, even what he had will be taken away from him and given to him who had more. And then the topic came faithful in little. These past few days I've been reading the book of Genesis, and I've been reading the stories of Abraham down to Isaac, down to Jacob, and from Jacob down to Joseph. I'm currently in Joseph, and then to Ephraim. I'm in Joseph. So, and you would see that the ways of God is definitely different from the ways of man. God is different and his ways are mysterious. Like he would use the younger person instead of the eldest person, and you would wonder, like when Jacob was praying for Ephraim, Joseph was like, no, like he was displeased, and he was like, no, take your hands off Ephraim and put your hand on the eldest son. And he was like that he knows, but then Ephraim will be greater, although he was a younger brother. And then in the case of Esau and Jacob, it was the same thing. The truth is that God blesses us based on our capabilities. It does not matter if you're the younger person, if you're not educated, if you're not opportune or any of those things. What matters is, are you willing to do what God has called you to do? And are you using the things that God has given you? What are you using them to do? So God blesses us based on our capabilities. There are sometimes I'll be like, oh, I wish I had a wider audience, like I wish I had more audience, and I'm like, oh, even this little audience I have, like what am I doing with it? Am I even using it well? So the thing is, faithful in little, even if you just have one. Let me read the gospel of today. Today is Wednesday. Let me read the gospel. That's Sunday. The gospel of today, and then it says, and he said to those who stood by, take the pound from him and give it to him who had 10 pounds. And they said to him, Lord, he has 10 pounds. I tell you that everyone who has will more be given, but from him who has not, even what he has will be taken away from him. So now the thing that God has given you, your sight, your speech, being educated, the privileges that God has given you, what are you using them for? What are you using the things that God has given you? What are you using them for? Because sometimes you feel like, oh, I don't have anything. But then the fact that you have your hands, the fact that you can think, the fact that you can see, that's someone else's prayer point. So what are you using that for? So even if, like this master, even if God has given you just £1, double it. Do something with it. Sometimes we want to wait and be like, oh, see, I have £10 before I go and invest it, or if I have 10 talents before I use them. So even that one talent that God has given you, what are you using it for? Are you using it for the benefit of God? Sometimes we want to have so many things. We're like, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this. The one you have, what are you using it for? Sometimes I tell myself, Oluchi, what are you using your gifts for? Even the one thing you have, even if it's just for you to record video and be a blessing to others and say things that would motivate and inspire others, do that. Even if it's the fact that you're disciplined and you're correcting someone, use your education, use what you have to bless others. Like even the one thing you have, double it and God will give you more. Because sometimes you're waiting till you have £10 and we keep on waiting, and then we are not doubling the one that God has given us. We are waiting till we have 10 instead of using the one that God has given us. And sometimes God blesses us based on our capabilities. As I use the example of Esau and Jacob, and you see how Jacob was greater than Esau, although Esau was the eldest brother. The thing is that God doesn't see all those things. What he sees is our capabilities and our willingness to obey him. So the thing that you have, what are you using it for? Don't wait till you have thousands and thousands of things, or maybe you have varieties of talent. You can sing, you can dance, you can, even if you can sing, use it for a good purpose. Double it. Even if you can dance, use it for a good purpose. If you have good speech, use it for a good purpose. Use what you have, double that £1 you have, double that one talent you have, and use it for God's benefit. Let me use myself as an example. I'm like, oh God, I need more, I need so many subscribers, I need so many views, I need so many of all the things, I need so many of all these things. But then sometimes I also ask myself, Oluchi, are you ready for this? Like, can you handle the pressure? Can you handle the pressure that comes with it? Sometimes we are like, oh, I need so much money. Can you handle the pressure that comes with those things? Can you handle it? God is our source. God is our creator. And he knows our strength, he knows our weaknesses, he knows our capabilities, he knows the things that we don't even know about ourselves. And he's the only one that blesses us based on our capabilities. And don't wait till you have so many. Use the thing you have and use it well, and start using it. Don't wait till you have so many things, because sometimes we wait. Be faithful in that little that God has given you. Even if you find yourself in the north, start from there. Even if you find yourself in the east, start from there. Don't wait till you're in Lagos. Don't wait till you're in Abuja. Don't wait till you travel outside the country. Start doing what you want to do. Start now. Start doubling that talent that God has given you. And this master even told, from the previous reading, I think last week, the master was like, oh, you knew that I was greedy and I would sow where I had not reaped. Would you not have taken this £1 and put it in the bank and at least let it give me interest, instead of going to dig it? Just like God has given you a talent and you're going to dig it so that it won't yield anything. You're not even going to invest it or put it in the bank, let it yield profit, or like put yourself out there. You just went somewhere and buried your talent, and you're like, oh, till I can do this before I'll start showing myself, or till I can do this particular thing. Whereas God has given you that one thing, and if you start using it well, God will bless you with more. So you don't want to be that servant. You don't want to go and dig your talent and bury them. Be faithful in that little thing that God has given you, and start using it to be a blessing around others. Some people, it's just the fact that they are very disciplined and they are very and some people, is their intelligence, they're using it to bless others. Just anything that you know that God has given you and something you're good in. Because I believe that every one of us were gifted in one way or another. Sometimes I see people and I'm like, do this person actually realize how gifted they are? Like, because it's something I lack, and I'm like, this person that has so much confidence, do they know that this is a gift that other people seek? Do you know that what you have is a gift and it's something that someone else is seeking? What are you using it to do? Don't go and bury that talent. Use it for the good of others. Okay, so are you even working with the 1% God has given you? Are you doubling it? Most times we want more. We want more money, we want more audience, we want more views, we want more audience, we want more, so many things we want more. But then, what are you doing with the little that God has given you? Are you using it at all? So sometimes I tell myself, Oluchi, what are you doing with the things that you already have? Are you doubling it? The things you already have, what are you doing with it? Like your eyes, your speech, what are you doing with those things that you already have? So I hope that in this video we use the things we have for the benefit of others and we start doubling them.